Hello, I'm MASHUP and welcome back to the video. Today we're doing something I like to do every single time a brand new texture pack or MASHUP pack comes out for Minecraft on the console, and that is my texture pack review. So the special thing about this review is the fact that it's always done in the same world, in a survival world, which gives you a true experience of what the texture pack side of each thing is like, and because it's all in the same world, you can compare any two texture packs like this and really get a feel for which one is worth your money. Again, that's something I like to do on this channel, really make sure that you get the best value for money you can, and the best thing about this video is it not only gives you a good guide as to whether this is worth buying or not, I'll also be giving away a bunch of codes for you to experience for free. That's right, you can use the Nordic Mythology MASHUP pack, the MASHUP pack from today's video. You can get a free copy of this, and all you have to do to enter the giveaway is subscribe to the channel, follow me at IBXToycat on Twitter, follow me on Twitter basically. The reason that requirement is there is so that I give this away to subscribers, people who watch the videos, not just people who have like stumbled across this one, and then also just leave a comment down below telling me what your Twitter handle is, your at, and then I'll go through the comments, I'll make sure no one's left duplicate comments, I'll make sure they're all following / subscribing, and then I will give you one of the 8 codes I have to give away for the Xbox One. So hopefully you do all enjoy this video. Let's get straight into the texture pack review, shall we? Again, I'm excited because I don't usually like the whole giveaway thing, but I think this one's actually relevant to the video. I feel like if you watch this video and then you do like it, by the end you might just decide you'd like to have a chance to win a free copy for the Xbox One. Bear in mind that is only going to be Xbox One edition copy as far as I'm aware. It won't work for 360, it won't work for other platforms, it won't work for the new Minecraft. Just keep that in mind as we go through this. So yeah, let's start by talking about exactly what is going on with my house, because I like to do split this into 3 main segments. My builds in survival, because these are builds built for vanilla that just are being transported over, and you can see how that's the first thing we focus on. Then there's the Nether, then there's the kind of underground. Also, you'll see my sugarcane farm, all that sort of good stuff in the new textures. And yeah, basically looking at just my existing builds built for pure scratch survival, you can see how they actually just about hold off. My house looks like it is a little bit, for Nordic style thing. The brick texture is really great in this one, for instance. A lot of the other textures that I use inside, so for instance the wood, the door just gets a bit nicer, the floor gets, everything gets a slight upgrade, which is something that's pretty positive. Also the chests themselves, you can see how they receive a slight upgrade from that as well, and they're just tiny small details that I think are kind of great and worth spotting. So yeah, as well as the fact that this is something you'll spot out everywhere through here, you'll also notice that the plant life in this texture pack, personally I really liked it. Look at the melons, they look like melons to me at least. Look at the pumpkins, for instance. I think I've got some jack-o'-lanterns out front. All of the nature in this texture pack is seriously good. Again, I mean, I guess the jack-o'-lantern really depends on what you like in a pumpkin, but I mean, it is. That's a spooky face, right? And then if you look at the trees too, they all kind of have a great feeling to them. I liked most of them for the most part. I really like pretty much all the trees besides maybe the oak one. The oak one's a bit bland. But, looking at all the trees, they've got this really great leaf texture going on with them. And basically the textures for all the natural stuff and my basic house were pretty good. However, the issues I have weren't just with oh, well, these blocks look pretty great. It was with a lot of the really technical blocks. So if you've made something like a big beacon, for instance, you'll notice how some of the blocks have this on them, and it's well, that's not really what I wanted there. Or a lot of the other blocks, for instance, if we go over to my bank of Toycat, a lot of the blocks which previously worked really well together don't work quite so well here. So for instance, the birchwood sprucewood combo, it kind of loses something. For instance, cobblestone, actually, I mean, although wait, this is stone brick. Stone brick looks like cobblestone. See, it tricked me for a second there. I was like, wait, I don't have a big cobblestone building. So stone brick turns into cobblestone, and then stone, cobblestone turns into, I'm not even sure what cobblestone turns into, but then stone itself turns into this block. And yeah, basically, stone looks a lot better, but stone brick looks a lot worse. And this just looks like we're playing Minecraft Alpha or something. So yeah, a lot of my existing builds took a big sharp turn for the worst. Although some of them get a big upgrade from it. Although, as you can see, this gets an upgrade, this gets a downgrade. And that's something you have to deal with every texture pack, but it's pretty severe here because people avoid, cobblestone like it is the plague. And to have your builds, which you went through all of this effort to turn in stone, stone brick, go in that way, it's something you've got to watch out for if if you want to use an existing world, which is what these reviews are mostly about. You can also learn stuff about new worlds. Also, wool blocks, as you can see, you can't really make a sword out of them. I mean, that looks like leather, which is great, and that looks like a sword, but the black, weird snowflake thing going on them, it does kind of ruin the rest of this whole thing, in my opinion. And then again, looking on the interiors, you can see how there's similarities and there's stuff that goes down well, but it's not quite perfect. So moving on from that, by the way, whenever you use this texture pack, because it is a mashup, you will by default also get access to rather interestingly in my opinion, the music too, so you'll always be playing with this music in the background, which hopefully is something you like. There is no way to turn it off as far as I'm aware on the console version at the very least. I think with the Bedrock version you might be able to split the resource pack from the MASHUP pack, but basically, yeah, I think it's a cool detail, but it's something you should also keep note of as we go forwards with this. So nothing worth keeping in mind. Okay, so look at this. This is cobblestone, by the way. It looks very similar to stone brick in this. But yeah, here is the museum now, and I wanted to show you the museum because again, it's got some carpet, it's got some thing, and it's pretty ugly in the default textures, and it's ugly enough here too. But there's also a few things we can learn from. So for instance, if we look at all the block textures and the item frames, you can see how they're all looking pretty solid. Like this room looks really great, and it's also a great opportunity if you didn't watch yesterday's video to just see all of the paintings in this texture pack. Maybe the paintings or the sign or the item frame, maybe these are the things that make you want to buy something. I really like this door personally, and I really like the bear pelt, so you know, maybe those are things that, you know, lure you in here. But one, I wanted to come here because it did make me consider the fact that stone, just regular stone, so stuff you put in a furnace or you silk touch, in the default texture pack, it's kind of this like you know, it's a little less lazy than cobblestone, but it's still not kind of great generally. But in this texture pack, if we stack ourselves up to it, you can see how my little pathway, which was usually just this ugly, you know, stack of stones going through the air, as you can see in this texture pack, it actually looks kind of like professional, or not professional, that's not the right word for it, but it looks a lot better just going through the air, for instance, and I really like that about this texture pack. It doesn't just take away, it gives a lot too, and I feel like if you started in this world, or you know, hadn't started that long ago, then you'd have a real benefit with your existing builds, and you could make stuff that, again, it's passable in the default textures, which is one of the great things about it. So, yeah, I feel like in terms of like interoperability with your existing builds, because, again, I assume most people at this point, maybe it's changed since I made the last one of these videos, but most people have a world where they have a lot of survival stuff, and knowing that a texture pack works there is pretty darn important. Also, look at this right here. You can see the stone slabs. I really like this little effect right here that they do have, and you can see it along the side of the roads too. The stone slab is just significantly better looking in my opinion here. It's a really solid block, and it's something worth considering. So let's move on from there to the Nether. So look at these jack-o'-lanterns. Like, there's something about them that's just like extra amusing to me. So yeah, as we go to the Nether, it's worth mentioning the Nether portal effect in this one is really great. Again, it follows the kind of myth stuff, but the Nether itself is even greater. There's only one thing about it, and that is the fact that it uses this Nordic mythology, this Norse, sorry, it's Norse, not Nordic technically, but it uses this like whole Norse concept of, I forget what the boats are called, but they're floating boats, you know, of death basically. So the ghasts are actually giant boats, and that is one of the best uses of a texture in this game I think I've ever seen. So again, we'll go for a little bit of risk here, and I'll actually, again, I'll show you this thing right here. As you can see there, it's a boat of death. It looks a little bit like a ghast, and it fires like a ghast, but really it's a boat of death, and that's amazing in my opinion. Like, just look at this thing seriously, and let's fly up towards it. As you can see, looks pretty great. So yeah, that's the Nether is a much more interesting place. The lava and the magma textures are just beautiful in this one. Like, again, in terms of the Nether, it gets the best effect of like, this is true hell. Look at the lava. It's got that true molten magma kind of feel to it. I don't think my Nether has magma in it actually, or it does somewhere, but it's a really old Nether, so it might not have magma. But my point being is magma looks exactly like lava. It looks great. Netherrack, surprisingly, actually looks pretty good too. Like, you could use this in place of black concrete, maybe, I think. Get some really good stuff done there. Yeah, it's nice when Netherrack turns into a usable block. That's always one of the bar marks of like, that's a good texture pack. And yeah, as you can see looking down there, lots of other stuff looks pretty great too. So let's go back through this and show, by the way, obsidian, also kind of great. And let's show you the underground, because that's the final part of any texture pack. Because if, like me, you spend a lot of time mining, or even any amount of time mining, you want to be able to grasp what's down there. So yeah, before we go underground though, one of my favorite things to show off in every texture pack are my big, you know, huge mega projects. Because if you don't know, I have a sugarcane farm which goes all the way from bedrock to world height. Looks something like this. So let me show you. So if I go over here, get a little bit of a back view, this is the insane sugarcane farm. A lot of people like to see it because it's a good it's an example of, like, I guess, crops. The sugarcane looks kind of good. It's an example of like huge mega projects, and it's just also fun to see every time. Like, a lot of people like it. So then we've got the huge Netherrack cube, and we've got the huge Cobblestone cube. So just over here, as you can see, giant Nether portals look even better. Giant Cobblestone boat doesn't look much better. And then also just over here, it's the huge super flat. So this shows different biomes and their effects. There's a jungle here too. Maybe you get something from this, but the main thing I want to point out is the fact that the moon and the sun have faces. It reminds me a little bit of is that Majora's Mask that has the reference like that? But anyway, it's a little bit like that. It's not a reference, but it's something I did quite like. And yeah, if we head further into here, let me show you the underground now. So I've shown you a decent part of the overworld, and I think the overall thing we're getting from this is like, it's a lot like the natural texture pack, but with a few extra bells and whistles here and there. There's a few things that, you know, differentiate it from that, and I guess if you think the natural texture pack is natural, but not the right natural for you, this one might provide it for you, because the Norse thing, again, a lot of people love Vikings. One of my family members was like crazy into Vikings. This would be the texture pack for them. If you love Vikings, I mean, obviously you didn't even consider this video, but you know, if you like if you like the natural texture pack and you like the Skyrim texture pack, you like the other ones they've brought out that are kind of natural feeling, fantasy, this one brings a lot of that same stuff to Minecraft. It's even a little bit like BDcraft, right? And yeah, if we go underground, if we're underground like we are right now, you can see how like the underground experience is pretty, you know, darn easy to work out. Like, again, besides the fact that I think this is... No, it has to be gravel, I guess, because that's dirt and that's stone. So besides the fact that gravel is this, yep, that's gravel. So besides the fact that gravel is like, I mean, it's not, I guess that I'm glad they changed it. It's not as ugly as it was before, but it's kind of close, right? But yeah, the actual mining experience itself, I like that the pickaxe is slightly different. I like that the ores are fairly easy to see and spot and stuff like that. And I like that pretty much everything underground is just easy to do. And so again, it's a smooth, easy enough experience. And when you find ores, you're pretty sure which ore is which, for the most part. Again, that's my experience. Again, sometimes lapis and diamond, like, they often have the kind of issue where they're confusable. Again, I haven't experienced that in this texture pack yet. Maybe I just haven't seen them close by, or maybe not. But yeah, here are the ores. As you can see, looks pretty darn great. So yeah, I really love most things with this texture pack. Really, actually, I like the overworld experience ish. You know, it has some issues, but I like it overall. I like the Nether experience. It's one of the best Nethers we've seen. And I kind of like the underground experience. It's very easy to work out, besides gravel. I mean, but again, gravel is gravel, so it ruins every tech. It even ruins vanilla Minecraft, if we're honest. And I really, I think, so yeah, but to kind of like rate this out of 10, 10 out of 10 Nether, like 9 out of 10 underground, and like maybe a 7 out of 10 as far as the overworld goes. And is it worth picking up? Really, that depends on, like, do you want a new texture pack? Are you using like natural or BDcraft or Skyrim or whatever fantasy, or there's a bunch of texture packs of the same kind of feel. If you're using one of those right now and you want to benefit from new lava, from the crazy skyboats, from the, in my opinion, slightly better looking ores, like I like this personally, then that's something you can get from this texture pack. If it's not something you want to check out, oh, look at that coal, then what you can just do is not download it. And again, I always want to recommend at the end of these videos, like, if you feel like it's just going to be another one in your roster, you should consider, you know, like, whether you do need it or not, because I think the MASHUP pack world is worth the price of admission alone. But if you buy things just based on texture packs, then again, consider all the things I've just said in this video before you purchase, which is hopefully what we can do with these videos. That's something I'm kind of like, I really like to do on this channel, like, help you make better purchasing decisions, because the truth is Minecraft, you know, like, all the things in Minecraft, ever since DLCs ever come out, I always thought like, oh yeah, that's really good if everyone is an informed consumer on what they're buying. And because this version of the game has trials, it's really easy to be 100% informed. You can try it out. But given that a lot of people are playing Bedrock, and a lot of people watching this video are playing Bedrock, it's something where I really want to make sure that you like what you're getting yourself into before you get it. And hopefully this video helped you with that in some way. So I hope you did enjoy the video. Like if you liked it, share if you really liked it. And again, go back to the start of the video. If you're not sure how to enter the giveaway, then just subscribe to the channel and follow me at IBXToyCat on Twitter, because you'll then see the videos daily on your homepage. And if you turn on notifications, again, show me a picture on Twitter maybe to get like a second entry. If you show me a picture, if you subscribe with notifications turned on, then there's a chance you can get the this MASHUP pack right here for the Xbox. I've got a bunch of codes to give away, like so many codes, and I'm looking forward to giving them away to people who watch the channel and enjoy it, and just for some reason can't pick up this MASHUP pack for themselves. So I hope you'll enjoy the video, and I guess I'll see you all next time.